So, going back, hello. So, putol kanina. So, going back, we are discussing about Sigmund Freud's model of his psychic structure. So, we are saying there are three levels: the conscious level, number two, the subconscious level, and the third is the unconscious level. Now, there is a model we can use to refer to this. That model is what we call the mental iceberg. What is a mental iceberg? Diba remember, the Titanic was sank by an iceberg. Bumangga siya sa iceberg and because of that it sank. But many people would think, oh, an iceberg is just a floating ice. But if we just look at an iceberg merely as a floating piece of ice, then we fail to recognize that beyond the surface ice, there is something bigger underwater. So yung nakalutang, yung makikita nating nakalutang, yung nakikita natin, that is what we refer to as the conscious level. So we are conscious of the things that we perceive. We are conscious of the things that we experience. We are conscious of the things that we sense. So yung mga nakalutang, conscious. But under that, there is what we call the subconscious. And when we say the subconscious, these are our memories and our stored perceptions. Example, right now, you don't really have access, I don't mean access, at this moment, hindi nyo iniisip yung grade school experience nyo. Kung sino yung best friend nyo doon o ano yung funniest experience nyo in grade school or the saddest experience you had in grade school, you don't have that. Pero whenever, for example, I ask you, what's your saddest experience? What's your funniest experience in grade school? You can just easily retrieve it. Ang bilis niyang makuha because it's in the storage of your mind. So it's the subconscious. And below that, beyond the beyond the conscious and subconscious level, yung makita, yung mga obvious, mga evident, there is what we call the unconscious level. Ano yung unconscious level? Ito yung nasa ilalim. Yung biglang lumalabas, biglang nagsurface. Whenever, for example, there is a stimulus, bigla kang nagalit. Bakit ka nagalit? Hindi mo naiintindihan ba't ka nagalit. Alam mo, nagagalit ka kasi may maingay, may makulit, may pasaway. Those are the reasons why you usually are angry. But suddenly, there is this occasion, nagalit ka kasi nakita mo siguro, bakit lang siya nakaupo? Diba? It suddenly surface. Hindi mo naintindihan bakit ka nagalit. Pero that is your violent tendency. A violent tendency also. Kunyari din, yung mga slip of the tongue, hindi naman natin control. Bigla na natin sa, yung kunyari, alam mo hindi ka nagmumura, pero suddenly, napamura ka. So, ano ibig sabihin nun? Natural ba sa'yo talagang magmura? Or baka part lang ng unconscious mo na, well, you're not really violent. O baka naman, I'm not saying you're violent, but I'm just saying na baka in your unconscious, minsan masyado ka talagang flamboyant o kaya masyado kang frank o masyado kang matapang, 'di ba? Another thing, for example, hindi natin naiintindihan bakit takot tayo sa ahas. Bakit tayo takot sa ipis, 'di ba? The thing is, baka nung bata kayo ginapang kayo ng ipis o nakakita kayo ng ahas or there is an experience in the past na ayaw mo nang maalala, you don't want to remember it anymore because it's so sad, it's so freaking, it's so frightening, it's so freaking weird, or you're feeling awkward about it. So, yung utak mo, pre-process na siya na hindi na siya nasa surface. Yung pinapunta siya sa ilalim, tinago siya doon, na it will just surface whenever there is a stimulus. So, going back, yung model of the psychic structure of the human person, according to Sigmund Freud, conscious level, subconscious level, and the unconscious level. Okay?